Tonight, a shocking warning from the UK military is raising alarm across Europe. As security fears grow, 10 European countries are already bringing back or expanding military conscription. Could the draft return across the continent? And which nations are on the list? Let's break it all down.
Welcome to Power and Policy UK, the channel where we break down global politics, security, and the power moves shaping our world in simple, clear analysis.
The conversation around military conscription is once again making headlines across Europe. A new warning from the United Kingdom has sparked debate about whether compulsory military service could return to several countries, as growing security concerns push governments to rethink their defense strategies. Reports now indicate that at least 10 European nations have either implemented, expanded, or seriously discussed bringing back some form of military draft. This renewed focus on conscription is largely tied to the shifting security landscape in Europe, particularly after the ongoing tensions involving Russia and the war in Ukraine. Since the conflict escalated in 2022, European leaders have increasingly emphasized the need to strengthen military readiness and ensure their armed forces have enough personnel to respond to potential threats. In the United Kingdom, senior military figures have recently issued warnings suggesting that the country must be prepared for a future where large-scale conflict cannot be ruled out. While the UK currently operates a fully professional volunteer army, defence officials have stressed the importance of building a society that is more prepared for national defence if circumstances demand it. Although the government has not announced any immediate plans to introduce conscription, the discussion itself marks a major shift in tone. Across Europe, several countries already have mandatory military service in place. One of the most prominent examples is Finland, where all men are required to serve in the military, typically for 6 to 12 months. Finland maintains this system due to its long border with Russia and its focus on maintaining a strong reserve force. Similarly, Norway operates a selective conscription system that applies to both men and women. Each year, thousands of young Norwegians are chosen for military service after a screening process, ensuring the country has a well-trained reserve. Another key country with active conscription is Sweden. Sweden actually abolished the draft in 2010, but reintroduced it in 2017 after security concerns in the Baltic region increased. Since then, the country has steadily expanded the number of recruits entering service. In the Baltic states, conscription has long been seen as essential for national security. Lithuania reintroduced mandatory service in 2015, and both Estonia and Latvia maintain systems designed to ensure rapid mobilization if necessary. Latvia, in particular, restarted its draft program recently, after nearly 2 decades without it. Elsewhere in Europe, Denmark continues to use a lottery-based conscription system where citizens can be selected for military training. Austria also requires men to complete 6 months of military service or an alternative civil service program. In southern Europe, Greece maintains one of the longest-standing conscription systems in the region, with mandatory service lasting around 9 to 12 months. Meanwhile, Switzerland, though not a member of the European Union, has one of the most extensive reserve-based defense models in the world, requiring male citizens to complete military training and remain part of the National Reserve for years. These policies mean that Europe already has millions of trained reservists who could be mobilized quickly if needed. However, some countries that previously ended conscription are now reconsidering the policy. Defense planners argue that modern conflicts may require larger trained populations, not just smaller professional armies. For many European governments, the goal is not necessarily preparing for immediate war, but strengthening deterrence. By maintaining a population with basic military training, countries can increase resilience and ensure they are better prepared for emergencies ranging from military threats to national crises. Public opinion across Europe remains divided on the issue. Supporters argue that conscription strengthens national unity and ensures fair participation in defense, while critics believe modern professional militaries are more effective and that compulsory service can place unnecessary burdens on young citizens. As security concerns continue to evolve, the debate over conscription is likely to remain a major topic across the continent. Whether more countries will follow the path of reinstating mandatory service remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: Europe is rethinking how it prepares for the challenges of the future.